If only she loved me. If only he cared. If only, if only. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. How many of you, by show of hands, have ever found yourselves using the words, if only I had that? How many of you, by show of hands, have had the privilege of possessing that particular item? Last question. How many of you, by show of hands, have come to the realization that these things, whatever they may be, are not the beginning and end all of our happiness? You know, before we moved to Johannesburg, we used to stay in Pretoria. And if anybody knows anything about Pretoria, it is this. In fact, allow me to repeat that just for emphasis. If anybody knows anything about Pretoria, it is this. That place is hot. I mean, forget about the fact that it has less traffic than we do here in Joburg. Forget about the fact that their streets are cleaner than that of ours. Forget about the fact that they probably have less crime that takes place there than does here. If there is any one thing that anyone remembers when they visit Pretoria, it is this. That place is hot. Having said that, I remember when I was in varsity, I was doing my undergrad, and I couldn't help but say to myself, if only I had a car. Not so that I could make it on time to all my lectures. As honorable as that would have been. Not so that I could make it or ensure that I made it to all the coolest parties. Because believe it or not, for some reason public transport never made its way to the venues where all the coolest parties were taking place. And finally, not so that I stood a better chance with all the finer looking ladies on campus, but for one reason, and one reason alone. That being aircon. Because if anyone knows anything about Pretoria, it is this. That place is hot. But this is where I learned that God really does have a sense of humor. Because in April 2015, I got that car. Yeah, fine, it was a second-hand car. And yeah, it wasn't in its best condition. I mean, after putting down the handbrake, turning on the car, obviously, and taking off, for some reason, the handbrake light would never really go off. But hey, that was my car. And what that means is, I get to go where I want, when I want. But this is where I realized that the man upstairs really does have a sense of humor. Because despite having a car with an aircon, guess what? My aircon only blows hot. Now, as funny as that may be, I learned a profound lesson. So much so that I couldn't be more happier with my first car. Wouldn't trade it for any other. And that reason is, or that thing that I learned, is that it's not the things that we have that make us happy, but rather it's our ability to be content with the things that we have that makes us happy. Having said that, when it gets hot, I don't say, if only my aircon worked properly. Or if only I had the money to fix my aircon. But rather I say, thank God for electric windows. Fellow Toastmasters.